So today's lesson, we are going to be graphing circles and dealing with the graphs of circles and the equations of the graphs of circles. So we're going to write an equation by using the center and radius. We have our equation of a circle, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where h comma k is the center and r is the radius. So we're told that AB is a diameter of a circle. We're going to write the equation of the circle given that A is at 0, -1, and B is at a -1. So we need to find the center and the radius. To find the center, we need to find the midpoint of AB. So to find the midpoint, we do 0 plus 8 divided by 2, -1 minus 1 divided by 2. So the center of our circle is going to be at 4, it's about 2, apologies, -1. So there's our center, so that's our h, that's our k. Now we need to find the radius. To find the radius of our circle, we could use the distance formula. So you could use the distance formula. But this one we could actually count. So like when we go to graph here, let's put a dot at 4, -1, example 1a. So we put a dot at 4, -1. And we saw that a was at 0, -1. Yep, a was at 0, -1. So there's a, there's our center. And the radius is just this, so we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. So our radius is going to be 4. I don't suggest using the distance formula unless you have to, and then I would go online and have a calculator do it for you because we've done it enough. We can cheat a little bit. So our equation is going to be x minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 4 squared. Double negative makes a positive with our k there. And then we finish it off by saying that 4 squared is 16. And that's our answer. So go ahead and do 1B on your own, and in a second I will make the answer appear. And there is our answer, so go ahead and check your work with mine. Make sure you did it correctly. Example 2, we're going to write an equation by using the center and a point. So to do that, we're going to write the equation starting with the center at 7, 4. So this is our h, this is our k. That passes through 9, 8. So that means that 9, 8 is on the edge of our circle. So we need to find the distance from 7, 4 to 9, 8. And again, we're going to use the distance formula. We're going to use the distance formula calculator to do that instead of doing it all by hand. So that will tell us what our radius is. So I'm going to go ahead and pause now so I can do that. And if we round our answer to the nearest tenth, we'll get 4.8 as our radius. So that means that our final answer is going to be x minus 7 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals 4.8 squared. And then we can do 4.8 squared. Oh, sorry, that's 4.5. 4.5. 4.5 squared is 20.25. Example 3, the equation of a circle is x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 14y plus 40 equals 0. We're going to state the coordinates at the center and the measure of the radius, then graph said equation. Okay, so the equation of our circle here is x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 14y plus 40 equals 0. We're going to state the coordinates of the center and the measure of the radius, then graph the equation. So this one is tricky. And you're looking at this, there's a big jumbly mess. First thing we got to do, let's put our x's by our x's and our y's by our y's. Then let's move that 40 over, so we get x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 14y equals negative 40. Now we're going to do something called completing the square. Something we did in algebra, and we're kind of doing the reverse of it. What we're essentially going to do is we're going to take these values here, divide it by 2, and then square it. So we take 8 divided by 2, which is 4. 4 squared is 16. And then we do negative 14 divided by 2, which is negative 7. And negative 7 squared is 49. And we're going to add those to the end of both of these. So it's going to say x squared plus 8x plus 16 plus y squared minus 14y plus 49 equals negative 40 plus 16 plus 49. Because when we do that, we can make a perfect square here. And what it essentially becomes is x plus 4 squared plus y minus 7 squared equals 25. This number and this number came from right here. So now that we've rewritten our equation, we can say that our center of our circle is at negative 4, 7. And the radius is the square root of 25, which is 5. So what we're going to do now is graph that. So we go back over to our graph paper. This is example 3A for me. My center was at negative 4, 7. My radius was 5. So we go negative 4, 7. And then to do the radius, we just count each direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a dot. We kind of get a guess here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can draw our circle very badly, apparently. So as we did before, please try to do 3B with your group, people around you. And I will put the magical answer up in a second. All right, and there's all the work to find it. I will leave you to do the graphing part. I can trust you to do that. All right, and example 4, we're going to use the diameter to write an equation. So we got a word problem here. School board has determined the new boundary for Riverdale High School's bus transportation. The high school is the point H. It is the center of the circle that represents the new boundary. The students that live on or within the circle will have to walk to school. Students that live at points J, negative 5, 2, K, 5, 6, and L, 5, 2 lie on the boundary. And JK is a diameter of circle H. We're going to write the equation of H in standard form. So we are going to need to go to our graphing paper to graph this. It gives us J, K, and L, but we really only need J and K because that's the diameter. So we're really going to focus on J and K here. So my example 4 right here. So J is at negative 5, 2. and then K is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. There's K. And we can put L on there. L's at 5, 2. So there's L, but we're mainly looking for this. We're looking for JK. So essentially we're going to get a big circle here. So looking at this, we're going to use J and K. We need to find the midpoint, and then we need to find the radius. So we go back here. We're going to find the midpoint of JK. So -5 plus 5 divided by 2, 2 plus 6 divided by 2. That's going to be 0, 4, which kind of makes sense if we look at our picture that I kind of drew. So 0, 4 is actually where H is. So that'll help us out a little bit there. I can fix this. Boom, boom. And now we need to go from H to K or J. Doesn't really matter. So now we need to find the distance from H to, let's just say K since it's positive. So we're going to use the distance formula. And again, I'm going to pause so I can find that to find our radius. And we do something a little different here. So the radius of this is going to be the square root of 29. Your distance, your calculator could give you a decimal like we did previously, but sometimes it'll ask you to put things in like simplest radical form, and that's what we want to do there. So our equation for our circle is going to be x squared plus y minus 4 squared equals the square root of 29 squared. Because when we do it this way, what happens is we get something nice as our finishing bit. And our last example, intersection with circles, we're going to find the points of intersection between x squared plus y squared equals 9 and y equals -2. So essentially we're going to graph both of these. So to graph x squared plus y squared equals 9. The nice thing about this is that our center is going to be at 0, 0, and then our radius is going to be at the square root of 9, which is 3. And our y equals x minus 2. We're going old school, slope-intercept form, 1 over 1, up 1, right 1, with a b at -2. So we go over to our graph. Example 5 for our circle. It's at 0, 0 with a radius of 3. And for our line, our m was 1 over 1. The b value of -2. So 0, 0. And then we count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And here it's at -2. And we're going to go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And it looks like they are hitting about right here and right here. Obviously, we're going to make a little bit of an error with our drawing by hand. So we're going to assume it's the exact point. So this is at 3, 1, and this is at -1, -3. So that's what we will say our answer is. 3, 1, and -3, -1.